Hi. Today we're going to just kind of show you how I put on my makeup, my Younique makeup. And so I've already put on my moisturizer and of course wash my face. And then next we're going to use the Glorious Primer. It does come in a new white squeeze tube. I'm just obviously trying to use up this one, but old packaging. The primer, what that's going to do is that's going to kind of fill in your pores, and it's going to allow your makeup to stay on all day. And it's really soft and kind of, it is getting at the end, so I do need to order a new one. But if you can see it, it's clear. Okay. And then I just put it everywhere. Oh, my face always feels so smooth after this. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little trick. Okay. Oops. I am going to show you how to cover up your dark circles. Okay. You can use like a red lip liner. You could use our lip stain. You could use like a red blush. But I'm actually going to show you with the red blush today. Well, it's called Sweet. So, what I'm going to do is I have a little in my cap here. I'm going to turn on another light. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, what is she doing? Okay. Don't worry. We're going to get it all covered for you. This will cover up any blemishes that you have. Just gonna make sure to blend that in. Awesome. Alright, and the next step, what I'm going to do is show you how to use our blending buds. To cover up the light circles, or the circles now that I've covered with red, I'm going to use, first what I'm going to do is apply my all over, and then I'm going to use a lighter shade to cover that up. So I use the medium or the bisque for my skin tone. I'm sure it'll get a little darker as the summer goes on. But what you want to do, these are blending buds. You get two. And what you want to do is get them wet. Anytime you're using a sponge like this, you want it wet. But then wring out all the water and blot it on a towel, because you don't want to have water dripping down your face, obviously. I almost dropped it. Okay. So then what I like to do is just put it on my hand, and then just go all over. These things are so awesome. I absolutely love them. Make sure you're blending your hairline. Okay. A little more. I tell you what, I have had this tube of the BB cream for about 6 months now. It just a little goes a long way. It really does. Can you see? Now, I have more blemishes on my face that I could have easily put the red on to cover up. But for time's sake, I'm just going to show you under the eyes today. And like I said, make sure that you're blending. Now, at this point, you could do your contouring and your highlighting. But I'm going to show you how to do that another day. And always, please make sure you're blending into your jawline, because you don't want to have that line where it's like cut off right there. That's never a good look. Okay. That's pretty good. These are so awesome. Okay. So now I'm just going to leave that open. And again, I'm putting the lighter shade. This is the lightest shade that we have. And it's the cream. Which is actually now called, let me go look. It is called, oh, it is still cream. Okay. They changed the names a while ago, and sometimes I forget what they are. Okay, so I'm going to take the smaller blending bud, and I'm going to use the pointy end. I'll get right in there. And then I'm going to just blot it in. Covering. I know it seems like a lot right now, but once it's blended in, it won't look like that. I promise. My handheld. Sometimes the camera lighting isn't the greatest. Can you see the difference already? Pretty awesome. Okay. And again, you just want to dab, 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 dab. You see, you can't see those anymore. And you can use these on their side, or pointed ends out, or the flat side. They just all really fit in nicely to your curves and contours of your face. Just make sure that you're just blending. A lot of makeup is all about blending. No dark circles. Well, better. Okay. So then, the next thing that I have is our Touch Mineral Pressed Powder Foundation. And this one is chiffon. It is a little darker than what I normally use because we are transitioning into summer. And so you can use the little pad that comes with it, or you can use the little brush like I have. This is an awesome, awesome, awesome brush. I love this brush. Okay. And I prefer to use the brush. You just want to come in and blend it. And I do put it on my eyelids, just so that I make sure that all my skin tone is the same. It's pretty good. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to put on our new bronzer. Mine is actually the Malibu, and you can see how big they are. It's like the palm of my hand, okay? And you don't need very much of this at all. And then we have our blush or contouring brush, and it's angled. You can see it's angled so that you can go like this motion. Okay? Can you see this? It's kind of split into well, one side is more shimmery than the other. Okay. I'm just patting. I'm not swirling because I don't want a lot on there. And then I'm going to tap it off. Okay. We're just going to go where the sun would naturally hit you. Just a really light. Get a lot. Let me check that out in my mirror. A little more. Okay. Now the next thing that I want to show you is my technique for doing my eyes. And there are so many different ways that you can do your eyes. Some people put the light on first, some people put the dark on first. It's all a matter of preference, basically. So I am going to start with the color Sexy today. It's a real pale, tanny peach color. That's one of the ones I like to use. My favorite is actually Curious. But you can see this is not. And it's got a little shimmer to it, which I like. And I do put that all over my whole eye and up in my brow bone. And we're going to blend some more with that in just a minute. And then we're going to use my second favorite color of all time, which is the Heartbroken. I love it. I think it's a fun color, and you can go dark or light for summer, spring, winter. That one is absolutely one of my favorite colors, and I'll show you. It's kind of a muted Merlot color. And then I'm going to use the crease brush. And we're going to swirl it and tap it off. And I go in at an angle, and I'm going to get my mirror, but I'm going to get really close to show you. I start, see how my finger is? And I come in at an angle. And I really, my hope is that I can teach young girls how to apply their makeup without covering your whole eye with this dark color, because, you know, and I do that sometimes with the smoky eye for special occasions, but I think that for an everyday look, you don't really need a lot. Okay, so I went down, and then we're going to go over. What you want to do is kind of create that V shape right here in your eye. See, it's not that dark. Right. And then just fill it in. And blend it. And obviously, if you want it to be a little bit darker, go ahead and put more pigment on the brush. Okay. You want to make sure that you leave some space here for highlight color, which is what I'm going to do. Now I have put a different orangish shade here, but do you see how that's it out? Okay. This eye of mine is a little bit weirder shaped, so you know, nobody's perfect, right? So I always have to play with that one a little more. I shouldn't say weird shaped, I should say that I don't have as much brow area here, so I always have to kind of create that. There we go. Easy. Now I'm going to show you one of my absolute new favorite products, and that is our Splurge Cream eyeshadows. And that is right here. It comes in this little glass jar. And this one is our first one that came out. It's Elegant. That's the name of it. And it's just this really tan, and it's so sparkly. Can you see the sparkles in it? I'll move it around. Here, maybe I can show you on the back of my hand. You see how sparkly that is? Isn't that awesome? Great for summertime. I think it's absolutely fun and awesome. And I'm going to put that right in here. Again, I'm sorry. My lighting is just... I can't win. It's either too dark or too bright in here. But then I kind of want to just stop right there. I'm going to go back in and kind of blend the two together. Okay. And again, you don't need very much of this. So what I'm going to do when I'm done is I'm going to take what's left over on the brush for my brow bone. Okay. Brush here. You see how sparkly that is? I love it. And we're just going to go back in and blend. Back in a little bit. Okay. A little bit in the brown. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Awesome. Love it. Okay. Now, I'm not going to put blush on my face actually today because I put the bronzer on. And I kind of like that look for summer. So, the next step is going to be the Moodstruck 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. It's awesome stuff. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Let me back up a step, okay? I'm actually going to use Infatuated on my eyebrows. And that is a darker brown color just because I have really dark eyebrows. I did clean them up today so they're not as bushy as they normally are, which is a good thing. So let me get my brush out of here. And this is a double-ended brush. This is the eyeliner eyebrow brush, and this is a blending or a shader end. Okay. So what I did is I'm going to use it dry. A lot of people will line their eyebrows right in here and just make that. I'm not really into the whole squared off look right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend a little of the color in. Okay, and like I said, it is a really dark color. I don't know if you can see this. So again, swirling and tapping. Always with the loose pigments, you want to tap it off. Okay, And so I'm just going to go in with a little color and just kind of define my eyebrows a little more. After I cleaned them up, they weren't looking so quite as full as I wanted them to at that point. But again, you know, if you want a more defined eyebrow, you can certainly go in and use the rose water or regular water and just kind of draw it in wet and then go in dry right there. And then what I'm going to do with my lash comb and eyebrow brush, I'm going to kind of just go back and brush it in. Do you see the difference? Defining your eyebrows is kind of like, you know, when you see a birthday cake and it has the edge around it. I'm a cake decorator. It kind of just pulls your look together, okay? It just kind of really does that for you. And some people have just naturally beautiful eyebrows and they don't really need to do a whole lot with them. And some people with blonde tend to go, you know, a little darker. But the purpose for this, for me to use this end of the brush, is to kind of just blend it in so that it looks more natural. Like I said, I don't really care for the whole painted on look. That's just not my style. It might be yours, it might be your best friend's, it might not be, you know. That's going to be, you know, something that you have to decide how you want them to be. I think that looks pretty good. A little bit further here. Make sure they're even. I don't have any unevenness. That's your framework. Importante. Okay. So then, now we're going to get to the mascara. Okay. Like I said, it comes in this case. It's kind of like an eyeglass case, and it comes with two tubes. Okay. The longer tube is the transplanting gel, and the shorter one are the 3D fibers. And what you want to do, I'm going to give you a little tip for wintertime when it's cold out. When you order the mascara, you want to put it in warm water or just let it naturally warm up, you know, for a good few hours, because otherwise you're going to end up with a mess. Now, if you like a more fluid mascara, then put it in warm water. Okay? This is what, if I can do this, this is what the brush looks like. It is contoured like an hourglass, and it is black. It's the transplanting gel. And then the fibers are those little hair-like looking things. They're green tea fibers. So what you want to do is have both tubes open and ready to go, okay? Now this part I'm going to try to do without a mirror. And then when I come in, I don't have anything. You can use a base coat of your own mascara first. I don't. I choose not to. But you're going to want to get right down in there. Just like putting on normal mascara. Okay. Can't do that without the mirror. And I have done a comparison between a different brand and ours, and that video is somewhere on YouTube. For some reason it's not showing up on my wall or on my YouTube account in my videos. Some of them disappeared and I'm not exactly sure why. Okay, so can you see? You want to just kind of go in and get some pretty good coverage on that, right from the baseline. And then go right in with the fibers, okay? You want to be careful not to get too close to your waterline because the fibers could potentially get in your eye and irritate them. have a clumper right there. Ooh, I scared myself. There we go. Let's just go back in. Okay, then we're going to coat it with the gel because you want to lock in the fibers. You want to go back over it with the gel. This is a totally buildable system. You can actually do as many coats as you want. And my suggestion would be to use the metal lash comb. I've tried to use a plastic one from the drugstore and they don't work. They just don't. The fine teeth on this comb, look at that, I got mascara in there. The fine teeth really define your eyelashes and separate them, which is what I like. Some people like a thicker look, which is fine. It's just your personality and the way that you like to do things. But to be able to build them, you do truly need to have a lash comb that's quality. And I'll tell you something. The little pots of pigments that I have been using, I have had since I bought my kit. I've still been using them. I do, the Curious one I did run out of, so I did replace that, and that's already gone too, so I will have to replace that one again. But now that we're going to go back in, and we're going to do what I call a tipping coat. Now you can do a full-on coat and do like 2 or 3 of these if you want to, and then do a tipping coat at the end, but I'm doing the tipping coat, so what I'm doing is just going on the tips of my eyelashes and on the backs. Can you see how long they're getting? Now that's just 2 coats. I do prefer a more natural look. You can go as crazy as you want to on these. Totally up to you. I tell you what, that one is being stubborn today. It grew really long. See that? Okay, now we're going to do the other eye because the lighting on this side is always better for some reason. I'm doing the transplanting gel the entire length, and then the tipping coat just on the tips, and then again full length with the gel. And if you don't use a lash curler, what you can do when you get all your coats on is take a blow dryer, set it on low, and blow dry them upwards. You know, like you want it on a low heat and a low air, and then it will curl them just beautifully. And I do normally do that, but for the video you're not going to be able to hear me if I do it, so I'm going to kind of, they are like uber long. You see that? Ta-da! It's a beautiful look. Now, the final step, I'm going to show you how to do an ombre look with your lips, okay? And I forgot my lip gloss, which is what I normally put over it, but you can do like a clear lip gloss over the top. And I would typically do a different color, but I ran out of my pink. Okay, so this is the Pampas, I believe. Let me look. Yes, Pampas lip liner. I just love these compacts. They're so awesome. They're just beautiful. Okay. So what you want to do, my house is uber dry, okay? But you want to make sure that you're exfoliating your lips, like with a dry toothbrush, like an old dry toothbrush. It really does help a lot to get your lips smooth looking. And if you have an exfoliating, like lip balm or whatever, go ahead and use that. You know, just, you don't want to have it on while you're putting these on because they are smudge proof. And so, here we go. There is another tip if you want to make your lips look bigger. Fill in your top lip, but then draw lines down, and then fill in. For some reason it just works and it makes them look fuller. Okay? Okay. So we're going to fill it in. Fill it in. See how that is? I'm going to do a little more. Okay, and this is the Pristine. It's actually white, and that is an eyeliner. Okay, you can see my lips are dry, so but that's how you do an ombre look. And then what you want to do is put a really light shade over the top, maybe like a pink or a clear, or you know, whatever your preference is. And then that's going to give you the blended in ombre look. But this stuff does dry fast, so you want to kind of blend it in right away. You don't want to go, you just want matte like that. Okay. And there you have it, folks. I'm going to go back to Younique is like an awesome company to work for. We are the fastest growing company in the world, in history. Our products are high quality. They contain naturally based cosmetics. We don't do any animal testing. We are cruelty free, so you're never going to have to worry about that. And we're just going to complete the whole look for you today. I do back comb my hair because I have stick straight hair, so you know. We are launching in Mexico and Germany this year. 2015 is going to be like an epic year. You don't have much time to get registered as a US Latina presenter though, so you want to jump on that. We have until May 5th. You know, if you want to be one of the founding US Latina presenters and have your website in Spanish, starting May 5th, we're going to be able to sell to people in Mexico. And then in the third quarter of our year, we're going to be able to sign up presenters in Mexico. And then I believe in fourth quarter, no, maybe, is it fourth quarter? Germany is going to launch, because right now we're in the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Great Britain. We're going into Mexico, going into Germany. We're launching and expanding all over the world. And this really is a great company to work for. You get paid 3 hours after a sale. 3 hours after a sale is so awesome. So there you have it. Hope you guys have a great day. Come shop with me, www.youniqueproducts.com/be-a-lash-addict, or you can find me on Facebook, Brenda Haugen, and I'm wearing a red shirt. My hair is brown with blonde highlights. Come look me up. Order from my website, same. Find me on Instagram. Have a great day, everybody.